gives this wild land a golden glow, where the owl hoot and the cougar scream, join the song of the waterfall and mountain stream. Bearheart of the great Northwest, legend of the frontier trail, the swiftness of a startled deer, responding to the call of challenge near, the story of a dog and a man with fear. Bearheart, Bearheart, Bearheart.
Here, let me move it out of the way. Before you get stuck up there. Just a minute. It's a good thing you didn't come through here 2 weeks later. There's a hint of winter in the air. Trading post right around the next corner there. Almost there. Well, there it is. And I tell you, you'll go a long ways before you find a better cabin than that.
We have come a long way.
What do you think, Father?
Jay, it sounds like Abner might have put that ad in the Sacramento paper himself.
No, couldn't it be me? I can't even write my own name. Well, see, that would be Will's sister. She's the one that inherited the place. Hey, there's something kind of proud about the sign, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it is still standing.
Well, that's what I meant. Get out of there! Shoot! Get! Well, like I was telling you, a place has got to be nice and cozy before a bear will hibernate in it. There's nothing to be afraid of, though. Unless maybe they're bad beast dung, or you get between them and a cub, or something like that. If I'd have known you was on the way, I could have tidied up the place a bit. The stove's good. So what I've been trying to tell you, Mr. Adams, is that, well, we need a trading post here back. And if you folks should decide to stay, well, you'll find you got more friends than you know what to do with. And, well, you could... Well, I guess I better be getting back up to me camp. You know, there'll be snow in the high country. Thanks for the ride out from town. I always did like the Sacramento people. Especially the ladies.
A couple of times on the trip, we could have used a guide like you, Abner. Thanks for showing us the way.
Oh, it's nothing at all, at all. I'll be coming back through here in a couple of 3 days. I've been kind of poaching on old Will's territory since... Well, nothing would make me happier than to move me traps back up where they belong. And Mr. Adams, goodbye to you. And you little ones, smile. It's a beautiful world, huh?
Well, we might as well take a few things in. That's pretty snug. Not a bit of draft coming through. New hinge will fix that in a hurry, yes, sir. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Well, Abner was right. It'll take a flood to move her.
Father?
Yes, son?
Sir, if you want us to stay, we'll stay. You know that. You don't have to talk us into it.
We don't have a whole lot of choice, son. It took every nickel I had to buy this place and move us up here. Better businessman than me would have investigated. Even farmers like us know better than to buy a pig in the poke.
We're not blaming you, Father. It's just...
Just that we expected more than we got. I know, honey. Jay, you recollect the time that I ever tried to talk you two into buying something or doing something just because I wanted to?
Well, I didn't mean that, Father. Well, what I mean is, well, as long as we're stuck out here, we're stuck. That's all.
No, it's not as bad as all that. Just because a man gets to the end of the road doesn't mean that he can't turn around and go right back down it. Now, you and me are pretty handy. And so is Beth. Now, there's nothing in the world to stop us from going back to this, what do you call it, Babylon? We'll hire out to somebody, earn enough money so we can go back home. Either that or we'll settle down in town with some little business or other.
Well, why couldn't we sell this place? The way Abner talked, he might even buy it himself.
Oh, no, son, not Abner. A man has to do one of three things. What he's born to, what he's used to, what he has to. Sometimes all three kind of gang up on a fella. I reckon that's what happened to old Abner. Oh, he'll be a trapper till the day he dies.
Maybe somebody else, then. Maybe somebody in town.
Maybe.
Do you want to stay, Father?
Yes, now that you've asked me, yes. I'd like to stay.
But why, Father? There's nothing out here, just bears and wolves.
Well, I guess we better get these dishes done, turn in. We'll head for town right after breakfast tomorrow.
Why, Father?
Why? You mean, why would I like to stay?
Well, yes, sir.
Well, Beth has already said it. There's nothing out here. And Abner added to that. There's a need. I guess just about everybody likes to be needed. Not very many people ever really are. You two take the bedroom. I'll bunk down here. It's closer to the livestock.
I'll do the dishes, Father. You get down from there. I'll fix you. You think you're so smart. You get down from there.
Come on, sis. Try and catch me. Can't you run faster than that?
I'm gonna get you now. Smart Alex.
Yeah, here I am. Hey, you missed me.
I'll get even with you. You just wait.
Catch me if you can. Father?
It's only a shadow. You know how those lambs are. They get nervous every time they hear a leaf drop. We'll fix a place for them tomorrow. Your children go back to bed.
How come your eyes are so puffy? You been crying, sis?
No.
You know the last time I cried? Well, it was when Mom died.
I don't remember.
Well, you were too young. I don't remember much about it myself. Just that I cried.
You were sad.
Come on, get in bed.
I lied to you. About crying, I mean.
I know. It's all right. You miss the kids back home.
Jay?
Yeah?
You won't tell Father, will you? I wouldn't want him to change his mind. Not now. Not after it's been settled.
I won't tell him, Beth, because I want to stay here, too. What he said about being needed, do you remember?
I didn't understand it.
Well, maybe if Mom hadn't died, I wouldn't understand it either. Father and I both need you, sis, just like we need him. To sort of look after us. I guess it's kind of hard to explain, but, well, you're the woman of the house now. I guess every house needs a woman, even if she is just a kid.
Jay?
Huh?
I like being needed.
You crying again?
Mm-hmm. Jay, how can you cry and be happy?
Shut up and go to sleep.
Yeah, this ought to keep him from wandering off. And don't you wander off either.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself.
Hey, you're pretty chipper today.
Call me when you get hungry.
All right.
Hello. You're funny. You're not afraid of me, are you? Here, I got something you'd like. Wait a minute. Don't go. Come back here. Bring me my locket. Oh, you! Where's your mama? Daddy! Help! Daddy, it's a bear!
What happened, Beth?
It was a bear. A big wolf saved me, and you killed him.
A wolf saved you?
He did, Daddy. A big bear came after me. He fought off the bear, Daddy. He fought him.
Let's take a look.
He's still breathing. He isn't dead.
Even if he did save your life, honey, he has to be put away. You can see he's... That's no wolf.
It's a dog.
Hey, you two. What is it? Oh, Jeff, what is it?
It's a wild dog, otherwise he wouldn't have attacked the bear.
Daddy, he saved me. You can't...
It's all right, honey. We can't have a wild dog around, even if we could save his life.
It wouldn't be fair to let him suffer, sis.
What's all the shooting?
It's a dog. A wild dog.
There's only one wild dog around here tonight. Glory be, that's him. That's Bearheart. That's old Will Brighton's dog.
Abner, he's gone wild.
Wild or not, I tell you, this is one dog that's worth saving now. Let's get him down to the training post. Easy, boy. Yeah. Bring my rifle and traps, boy. Beth, run ahead and get the water hot. The name of the fellow that killed Will Brighton was Galt. Frank Galt. And I was in Babylon the day he came staggered into town. Half out of his mind he was, or maybe more than that. And old Bearheart here, right on his trail. Seems he'd hounded and plagued the man until, well, he had nowhere else to go but to give himself up. This is a story Galt told us. He and his partner, Jim Ryder, were heading up north, it seems, looking for gold.
Hot. Good, huh? You was hungry, I guess.
It tastes pretty good, all right. Don't it, Frank? Didn't expect to find a trading post out this far.
Yeah, it's far away, all right. But the stage comes through once a month, and in between, they're travelers, like yourselves. Indians, miners, trappers, they all come to trade with Old Will.
Pretty good trapping country, is it?
Very good trapping country. Lots of beaver, bear, wolf, fox.
Tell me, mister, how do you keep from going crazy, living out here all alone, or no one to talk to?
I keep busy with work. No time to think. This summer, I built a barn. Maybe fencing a place to keep livestock. Oh, I'm busy, all right. Anyway, I'm not alone. He's good company. Smarter than Old Will sometimes. Not so good a carpenter, so. You can't do that, can you?
Yeah, he must be great company, all right. Tell that just by looking at him.
Yeah, like they say, man's best friend. Hey, he looks pretty smart, too. Don't he, Frank?
There. Hey, that's pretty good stuff.
Please, your company.
Sit still. Save your strength for that barn you're gonna build. You and, Rover here. That right, Rover? You gonna help old Willie build that barn, eh? Hey.
His name is Bearheart. You're a stranger to him. But you're a guest here. I will serve you. You sit down, sit. I serve.
You wouldn't be trying to order me around, would you? Ryder, tell him how much I like to be ordered around.
Frank, we're here for supplies. Supplies, Frank?
Yeah, that's right. Get the knapsacks.
I don't have so many supplies left. I can only give you what I have.
Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, Willie, we're a little short of money ourselves. By the way, Willie, how you fixed for rifle shells?
I have shells. What caliber?
This caliber.
Stay there.
Stand easy, old man. Maybe you'll stay standing. You don't scare, huh, Willie?
No. Few supplies. Full stomach. They're the measure of your worth. Take them.
We're gonna take more than that, old man. Where do you hide it?
Hide.
Money, Frank, money, gold.
There's no money here, no gold.
So you don't scare, huh, Willie? You don't think I'll kill you, huh? Mister? Tell me.
What's the measure of your worth? A bullet in your head?
Tell him.
I have a sister in Sacramento, an invalid. It's for her I work. In the bedroom, in the top drawer. The box will show you where the money. Bearheart, stay.
Strap up those sacks. I'll get that money. Wilhelm and Greater Brighton joined the count. I...
Frank. Go. Wake up, Frank. Frank, wake up.
It's trouble.
I'm leaving in the morning as soon as it gets light.
Yeah.
Frank. Frank, you didn't have to kill him. You know, I made up my mind when you went to sleep like you did. Like it wasn't yesterday. Like it never happened.
Don't wake me up when you leave.
Frank, what's wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me that a trip to the Klondike won't cure. Must be something wrong with you, Ryder. You wake a man out of a sound sleep. Tell him you ain't gonna be here in the morning.
No, Mr. Gold. No. No, don't shoot me.
Woo!
let me sleep! Oh, let me sleep! I can't reach. Get out of here! Get out of here! Don't let him come me. Don't let him come me. Help me. Help me.
Easy now.
I can't. I can't. Don't let me go.
Hold yourself. Come on.
I'll let you.
Abner, get Doc Graham.
Sure.
Oh, he's crazy as a bedbug.
What is it?
I brought his hat in, Marshal.
We'll throw it on the desk. Thanks, Walker.
All right, Marshal.
Stand back there, stand back. Let the doctor through. Come on, Doc. Half crazy he is. Hurry up. Man could die while you're standing here looking. I told him he wouldn't need his tools, but you might as well be talking to a mule.
Yeah, you also said the man was crazy, but that doesn't make it so. And if I need anyone to talk to a mule, I'll holler for you.
What do you know about talking to mules?
All right, you two. I'd like to find out what this thing is all about.
His heart's pounding like a trapped rabbit. Complete exhaustion. The man's had an awful shock. We've got to bring him out of it. Abner, go to Ward's and get some broth.
Right. He's coming around. I gotta get some soup.
Marshal,
That's right.
you know about it? What I did? You'll help me?
I'll help you.
He's a devil. He's a ghost. Ghost. Where is he?
Now. Take it easy, boy. Take it easy.
You're a marshal. It's your duty to protect me.
Well, suppose we back up to it, mister. I'd like to start at the beginning.
We were in the back country. Ryder and me. Big Jim Ryder. We were on our way to Klondike. The gold strike, you know. Took our meals where we could. And this was all right for Ryder. But me, I was getting sick of that.
Well, Abner, now we know.
Now we know. Poor old Will.
If you ask me, somebody ought to pin a medal on that dog. A medal or a deputy's badge.
Yeah, and he probably swapped both of them for a good meal and a new home.
Feeding him, that's not going to be any problem at all. It's finding him a new home that's got me worried.
Oh, plenty of people want a good dog like Bearheart.
It isn't a question of the people wanting the dog. It's whether the dog wants the people.
Well, he likes you, Abner. Might even follow you back up to your traps. But if he doesn't, I'll see he's taken care of.
That's good.
Thanks, Doc.
Don't mention it, Marshal. Interesting case.
Abner, see if you can find him.
Oh, I'll do that way. I don't think he'll be far away. He was a mighty sick man.
You know, Abner, some of my patients go into shock like that when they find out how much they owe me for doctoring. Sometimes they have a relapse, and sometimes they have a complete cure when they find out the high cost of being sick.
Then do you think he'll live long enough to stand trial?
Oh, I think so. If he has plenty of rest and no more strain on his heart, I'm afraid he's going to live.
Bearheart! Bearheart. I figured you wouldn't be too far away. Oh, I'm blocking your view, am I? Well, now, I'll tell you what you do. You forget about him now. The law will take care of him. What say we go get some food for that empty belly of yours, Well, so that's the way it's going to be. Well, you stay here and I'll get you some food.
Mr. Abner, does that dog like to play?
Well, he certainly does, Sprout, but not right now. Say, Sprout, how would you like to watch this here dog for me while I go get him a bite to eat, huh?
Sure, Mr. Abner. I'm a dandy dog watcher.
I'll bet you are. Now, you sit right down here and don't you let him move, hmm?
You must be awful hot with all this hair. Blood. Oh, we'll have to fix that. This is a good game. I get your test out of doctor, and you're too sick to get out of bed. All gone now, but you're still awful sick. Awful sick.
Sprout Baxter, just look at you. Aren't you a sight? And your best shirt. Just wait till I get you home, young man. Come along.
Mr. Abner, he got back just in time. I watched him good, and I doctored him too.
Thank you, Sprout.
I don't care if he can whistle the Star-Spangled Banner and he fought in the Battle of Bull Run. He's not going to eat off of my best dishes. Is that him?
Yes, that's him.
Doesn't look any different than any other dog. A little dirtier, maybe. Look how hungry he is. That still don't mean I'm going to feed him off the dishes I serve my victuals on.
Now, nobody asked you to serve him off of the same dishes you serve your victuals on. Just like nobody asked you to come traipsing out here so as you could get a closer look at him.
Here, give it to me. Look, if what that long drink of water says is true, you come on over and scratch at my door anytime you're hungry. That's it, right over there, where it says Maud's Cafe. Well, there's one sinner that feels safer behind the bars. Forget to bring him a pot back.
You know, I'll be heading back up to my camp the first thing in the morning. If you'd be of mind to come along, it's going to be awful lonely up there without old Will.
Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for taking him off my hands.
Watch him, Hollister. Keep that devil off me.
Lieutenant, get him out of here.
Not near the dog.
Easy now, Bearheart. Easy now. Bearheart! Put that gun away! Get him up! Get this dog up! Get him! He's the one you ought to arrest. He's the crazy killer.
Stand aside. You know, Abner, it's a funny thing. Bearheart had nothing to do with this. He died of fright.
Well, Bearheart, what say we gather up my belongings and go up to my camp for a while, hmm?
Well, Abner, take good care of him.
Oh, I'll do that. Do that for sure. Oh, no. You wouldn't be shooting a man in the back, would you, stranger?
I won't shoot you. I haven't even got a gun.
Oh, thank goodness. You know, you nearly scared me to death, and you scared my friend here, too.
What's his name, Mr. Abner? Can I play him, please?
Well, his name is Bearheart, and he's a... Say, you know what? The two of you might have something in common. Yes, sir, you might be just the ticket for him. I'll tell you what now. I'll go in and talk with your mother, and you stay here and take care of him for me, huh?
I got spanked yesterday, Mr. Bearheart, but hey, it didn't hurt though. Come on, let's play.
So with old Will gone, I figured that, well, Bearheart needs a boy to play with.
Oh, Bearheart, you're good.
And as you can see, keeping up with Sprout is not going to give him too much time for remembering.
Poor dog. Marshal Hollister told me how you found Will. I'm so sorry, Abner.
Let's tell the boy.
Son, would you like to have a dog all your very own?
You mean Mr. Bearheart? I can keep Mr. Bearheart?
If Mr. Bearheart wants to stay, Sprout.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. I really need a dog.
And I think he needs a boy, just like you, Sprout.
Thank you, Mr. Abner. If you ever need a dog, I'll loan you Mr. Bearheart.
Thank you.
Oh, you're good, Bearheart. You understand me.
Oh, thank you so much, Abner. I think it was a fine idea.
Thank you, Miss Baxter. Bye, man.
Goodbye.
Come on, let's play. Now what will we play? I know. You're a wild, ferocious animal. A tiger. I'm a hunter. I shot lions and tigers and elephants and everything. Now you go hide somewhere. Tigers don't bark. They growl like this. Now don't hide so good I can't find you. Then it wouldn't be any fun. Besides, I can't find you. I can't cheat you.
Morning, ma'am.
Oh, morning, Mr. Walker. Those the stewing hens you promised me.
Sure are, and they're dandies, too. I just saw Abner Bassett down the line. Says you got a new boarder.
Yes, I guess so. You'll have to save me some of your trimmings now when you butcher.
I'll sure do that, ma'am.
Oh, just put them on the kitchen table if you don't mind.
Certainly.
Mr. Walker, help me! Help me, please, Mr. Walker! Get away from the boy! Help me, someone! Help!
Now you stay out of here, you hear me? Stay out of here.
I'll bet that's the last we'll see of him.
Thank you, Mr. Walker.
Well, that should just about do it. Now, like I was saying, Bearheart He didn't attack Sprout. He was just trying to get that ratted rifle out of his hands, that's all. Dog's not human. He can't tell the difference between a real shooting rifle and an old rusted piece of iron that Sprout was pointing at him. All he knows is that one of them killed his master. And from that day to this, I guess he's figured that a rifle's only good for one thing. Pain. Seems a shame. And you taught him that lesson all over again today, Jeff. Oh, not that I blame you for that. In your spot, I'd have probably done the same thing. Taken me shot and rolled him over later. That evening, Bearheart came back to Sprout's house. I guess he was confused and a mite hungry.
Go away, Mr. Bearheart. You're a bad dog. Everybody says so. Bad dog.
Why, Bearheart. Why, you've got a nerve. You get out of here, you worthless, no good hound. Now, there'll be no more free meals here. Now, go on, get. I said get. Now, go on, get. And don't you come back again. Now, get.
Was that Bearheart?
It was.
Oh, Maud, what have you done now? I told you things are not what they seemed.
What they seemed. Why, Mr. Walker told me all about it not 10 minutes ago. Snarling and chewing at that poor little child.
I saw Sprout right after it happened. And I tell you, there wasn't a tooth mark or a scratch on him.
There wasn't?
No, there wasn't. All there was a little bump right up here where he hit his head.
Well, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But Mr. Walker told me that
Mr. Walker, that's all I've heard. Mr. Walker just wanted to make a big hero out of himself. Bearheart wouldn't do a thing like that. You gotta believe me.
Well, don't just stand around like a big nincompoop. Go get the poor dog and let's straighten the thing out.
But you just...
I don't know why I have to do all the thinking for both of us. Now get. I got work to do.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you doing here? Come on, get out of here.
With everyone turned against him, Bearheart disappeared from Babylon that night. Well, you've done it again. Am I setting these traps for myself or for your drat-bratted wolves? You're worse than the leprechauns. They only move the traps. But you gotta destroy a pelt that might bring me a few dollars. This is the second trap I've had to move this morning because of you. I see you over there on the rocks so proud-like. Just stay right where you are, my love. That weren't no wolf. Or was it? Well, I guess that answers my question. It is him. Well, Abner, you've done it for sure now. That was the last I saw of Bearheart till this day. I knew then that he had made a life for himself in the wild. Makes me mad all over again when I think about how those townspeople ran him out. Of course, they realize now they made a mistake.
We won't let him die. He won't, will he, Abner?
Well, no. The head wound there, I'd say that was nothing. The shoulders got me worried. That could be broken.
Then he will live.
You know, I got me a friend in town. Old Doc Graham's his name. And every time one of his patients asks him that question, you know what he says? He says, well, I think he's got a 50-50 chance. I'd say that's about the way it is with Bearheart there.
Daddy, look. His eyes are open.
Easy, boy, now. Easy.
Beth, you stay back now. Let him get used to us.
Well, now, if that don't beat all.
Jay?
Bearheart! He'll get used to, Father. I know he will. Bearheart's gone. He's gone.
What's the matter, Bev?
Bearheart's gone.
Honey, we couldn't keep him chained up. He wouldn't be much of a pet to you that way, now would he?
But, Father, I love Bearheart.
Well, maybe he just went off to heal himself. You know, they do that a lot of times. Well, maybe when Bearheart's well, he'll come back.
Do you really think so?
Well, it's possible, isn't it, Father?
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. After all, this was Bearheart's first home. Don't you worry, honey. We'll buy you another dog the very first time we go into town.
I don't want another dog. I want Bearheart.
It's all finished. We can untie him now.
Yeah, you've done a fine job here, too.
Thanks for giving us a hand, Abner.
Oh, it's nothing at all of a trouble. And besides that, I get some of Beth's fine cooking when I come down here. Father, where's Beth?
I thought she was in the house with you.
No.
Beth? 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 The way she's been feeling lately, Abner, you check that way, will you? Jay, through there.
Oh, I would have been good to you. I only wanted someone to play with. one's gonna hurt you. Bearheart, no, stop it.
Abner, let me have your gun. Give it to me.
No, Daddy, no.
We might as well settle this once and for all. Now pick it up. And now touch it to your face. Go on. Now put it down. Step back.
Daddy, he didn't growl. He likes you.
Somebody should have thought of that a long time ago.
All right, honey, let's take your dog home.
Oh, hush now. You haven't lost him. You just gotta share him a little bit.